So we need a lot of energy to power the economy. So we see how important of energy security, that any event that impact the continuity or the supplyability and an uninterrupted energy supply that have a big impact on the ASEAN economic growth. China, as one of the countries with rapid clean energy transition in the world, so with the country dominating the global clean energy manufacturing, China has the potential to take a lead and boost the region's energy security through renewables energy. The one keyword to answer your question is alignment between 10 member states, their national strategic objective, and ASEAN as a bloc, as a regional strategic objective. So we must make sure those national targets align with the regional cooperation's targets. I think you are right. Almost all ASEAN member states have announced their ambitious carbon neutrality or net zero with various targets to achieve between 2050 to 2065. Of course, the ASEAN Centre for Energy overseas are supporting all member states in reaching their national and our regional target with our three important roles. Number one, we at the Centre is advancing ASEAN energy goals. And number two, we are the hubs for knowledge as well as data hubs for the ASEAN member state. And number three, more importantly, we are the think tank or the advisor when it comes to policy making for the ASEAN member state. So ACE is always our role to conduct the policy research and analysis to support those policy making who want to invest in the ASEAN energy sectors. China, as one of the countries with rapid clean energy transition in the world, could bring their knowledge and best practices from the energy enterprises to the ASEAN region by investing in low carbon energy projects to accelerate the achievement of carbon neutrality target of each of the ASEAN countries. So all in all, we role as a catalyst or think tank for the ASEAN member state and coordinating alignment between national objective and regional objective, and we become the frontliner to demonstrate or to share this policy to our dialogue partners in China in particular and all others dialogue partners. Let me address the issue of energy security in ASEAN. There are many events in the world that give us a wake-up call that to tell us that energy security is very important, because energy is a lifeblood for this economy. I can call it an oxygen for this economy. So, as I mentioned in the beginning, that we have aspire to be the fourth largest economy in the world. So we need a lot of energy to power the economy. So we see how important of energy security, that any event that impact the continuity or the supplyability and an uninterrupted energy supply that have a big impact on the ASEAN economic growth. So we take this energy security very seriously. Regarding this supply chain, I think China have a very strong energy industrial supply chain. So we acknowledge that, particularly in integration of low carbon and efficient energy sources and new technology. So with the country dominating the global clean energy manufacturing, particularly solar and wind, China has the potential to take a lead and boost the region's energy security through renewables energy. So in supporting the unified regional standard and rules for a new energy industry, which aim for resilience and sustainable energy sector in the region, ASEAN is working on strengthening its cross-border trade and renewable project financing. So many ASEAN member states is also exploring a mechanism such as renewable energy certificate and carbon credit. Working as a regional cooperation, we aspire to harmonize and to standardize the technical standard, and so on. So I would say work in progress bilaterally and also multilaterally among 10 ASEAN member states to send a signal that to show to a potential investor that we operate as one harmonized, one standard. I think if you combine the resource of renewable energy such as wind and solar, I think the next best technology is storage. So you need strong technology to store renewable energy, what we term as variable renewable energy. So with the combination of energy storage, we can provide a firm energy supply to replace the conventional hydrocarbon from coal and gas technologies. And of course, we not to forget the future potential of green gas, green hydrogen. So at the moment, it is promising, but maybe the cost is still prohibitive here. But we don't rule out this future potential, but immediate is the storage. Not only the chemical storage, we also look at other alternative, what we call hydro pump storage, that can help firming up these renewable energy resources from wind and solar to ensure we not only provide clean energy but also reliable and stable supply to power up the domestic and the industrial and the commercial. Because important, as I mentioned, while we are growing rapidly, we also have to make sure the supply of energy remain stable, uninterrupted. Because the cost of interruption to our economy is also huge. So by transitioning our energy from high carbon to low carbon, we make sure we address all aspects, all angles in terms of energy security, energy affordability, as well as environmentally sustainable supply of energy. So those are important in our mind as we growing our economy rapidly. So there are practical projects to achieve, and we also have to address the viability of those projects. We do realize the capital that required to finance those projects. So we have to make sure we have a consistent policy to ensure the investor their return, and so on and so forth. Going back to your challenges, the core challenges for enterprise and the policy support. So many enterprises that enter ASEAN found the understanding of the regulatory framework, the ASEAN member state, can be very challenging to them. So this is due to the unique characteristic of each countries, and therefore policies and standard sometimes varies among those member states according to their national policy and their local need. So in this subject, ASEAN Centre for Energy could help in coordination and facilitation. We encourage policy harmonization and provide dialogue and forums and constantly working on capacity building. However, on a day-to-day basis, I think I encourage enterprises must still coordinate directly with related institution in the individual country. But of course, they can come to the center to get those information. But having said that, the center is always continue our effort in terms of harmonizing, standardizing all those policy and incentive and program among 10 ASEAN member states. That's what we do. Our we call bread and butter to encourage cooperation and to give a very good and a strong signal to the would-be investor what kind of environment climate for investors, the foreign direct investment investors to come and invest in this ASEAN region to guarantee their return and to secure and to address many risks of their investment. This is something that we see is very paramount. We keep discussing on consistency and harmonizing the standard in unified policy and so on. I think we in ASEAN region we do realize that to attract the capital, the investment, we have to have this policy and so on. I think this issue will actually be one of the key concepts in our next blueprint for regional energy sector cooperation. We would like to ensure that in transforming the regional energy system, it also empowers the people for the prosperous ASEAN community, which include the matter of energy jobs and employment. We are moving toward that direction. In ensuring that enterprises optimize the local talent on management level, it is crucial that they engage in local ecosystem development, such as local universities and industry associations, adaptation of local recruitment process and working culture might also be useful and helpful. So most importantly, perhaps the opportunity to develop through training and upskilling program.